when Jack and Noah still get up pretty early too with the time change. But I've tried to do this more intentionally this year, like when they come down, and they always come down early. But like telling them what daddy's doing and like have them be a part of the morning routine. So
Hmm.
they sit on my lap and we're quiet, and after we're quiet, we'll read. Sometimes I'm good about it. Sometimes I'm not. I need to be, I would like to be more disciplined with that because I feel like if I could give, one of many gifts, like I want a morning routine or like a discipline in the morning to be something that I gift to my children as like a super lever in life. And again, it doesn't have to be morning, but something that is their own, that is not someone else dictating how they're going to flow through their day.
Yeah, it does seem like a super lever, and I would argue that it I would argue that mornings are important, and like they
Yeah.
are a bigger super lever than any other time of the day, other than the nighttime part that sets up the morning part. Uh,
Yeah.
and so the way
Yeah.
that I think about this too is like if each day is a micro life and our life is just made up of a bunch of tiny life cycles with a birth and a death. So a waking up and a going to sleep are the mini births and deaths that we go through each day. There's plenty of evidence that show that the first few years of a child's life are super critical for how they engage with the world as an adult. And if that's true of our micro lives, so of our days, then it seems as though the mornings are very
Yeah.
critical for the rest of that micro life. Like they need to be
Super.
paid attention to,
Yeah.
and they need to be nurtured, and they need to be cared for in a way that sets up the rest of that micro life for success. So I think we're all on the same page that we think mornings are important. Children throw that off. Josh, I love the idea of inviting our kids into that with us as they get to that age even, I think I'm maybe almost there with Olive. Next year would be like a time when I think she could really engage with something like that. I'm gonna check out Miracle Mornings,
Yeah. Miracle
and
Morning. Something like
is
that.
that yeah, okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
check that out. I haven't
There's
ever
some good nuggets in it. Take what you
okay,
want from it.
cool, cool. Tony, you looked like you had something to say.
Wilder has started doing meditations with his mother as a way of centering and
How
grounding.
old is Wilder?
He just turned 4. Yeah, so he knows that he can take a deep breath when he's feeling stressed and as a way to calm down, and yeah, it's very cute. But yeah.
That's that's awesome. I've
Mhm.
when I participate in putting Olive down to bed, we'll like tell a story, pray for our family, and then I ask her if she wants to do what daddy does before he goes to sleep. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, we take some deep breaths. And we essentially do a breathing exercise because
Mm.
my that was my unlock to actually getting to sleep. I would lay in bed for a very long time
Mm.
before I learned just focusing on breath and paying attention to breath and doing breathing exercises essentially. So we'll sit, I'll sit beside her bed and she'll lay in bed and we'll go. And so that I feel like,
That's so cute.
it's a version of meditation, but it is really cool seeing children mentally and physically engaged with an exercise like that. That I like your language, Josh. Like we're giving them levers to pull on that uh, can help them later in life, hopefully.